Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here. I Today I was sitting and I was going through some of the things that I have to go through, same things you have to go through. I saw some pain and some suffering that required some of my input, but I didn't have sufficient uh, input to give. And it bothers me because the pain and suffering hurts everywhere. And when I see somebody going through any pain and suffering, I feel that it's my duty to help if I can. And if I can't, then I got to speak out because I shouldn't have to have this problem. They shouldn't have to have this problem. And so I found myself really feeling down. I really was crying. You know, you can, let me just put it this way. I got kids, right? And you got kids. And you always want to do stuff for your kids. And you want your kids to be happy. And your kids are happy. But sometimes your kid needs you. And sometimes you can help your kids and sometimes you can't. But if it's a situation that it's not, it's out of your control. But it should be in your control. Or should be in a control that's somebody can deal with it. But can't be dealt with. That's pain. I got grandkids I know everybody needs some help. I need some help. But see, my life has been dedicated to face the truth from the perspective of the poor. For the past 40 years, my mission has been to share a message with you. And I have not received a salary or anything. So you can bet your last money I hurt. And I know when folks hurt. So when you hear me talking about folks hurting, first person I'm talking about myself. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, I was sitting up and I wanted to do a presentation to you because I'm the guy who go to bed every night not knowing that I'm going to wake up tomorrow. So if I got a message tonight, I want to get it tonight. And I was trying to write this thing down because I didn't want to lose my thought. And maybe something said, well, maybe you can do it tomorrow. I thought, can't do that. Tomorrow's not promised to me. So I can't speak it to you like I feel with fire. But it came from my heart, ladies and gentlemen. I wrote it down and I like to read it to you. It goes like this. So, the bad cops, though they have created a record of evil and ugly acts in violation of policy, they are retained, or if problems occur, they may transfer to another location with the opportunity to continue their crimes against parts of the public. Now, people see this and say, why they keep this guy on the job? Well, it happens in stranger situations than that. It happens in our government. The people spoke twice in the U.S. Congress, the People's House. The first time they said, impeach him. That was number one. Second time they said, impeach him. That was number two. That was the people speaking. And those with the responsibility of holding these crooks to the line. Rather, in these cases, send him back to the people for January 6th without even a semblance of judgment. Now, the people must know. They must know what they're dealing with. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, every human on earth is being used, exploited, abused, accused, from the richest humans on earth everywhere to the poorest, eating from dumpsters and sleeping within cracks under buildings. The various standards of living, remember this, the various standards of living, they represent the soul of humanity. You see, the storage house, the earth, has available resources sufficient to meet the needs, the wants, and desires of every human that has ever walked the earth or ever will walk upon this land. Yet, many of the careers available to the masses does not avail adequate income to live your dream life. And yes, I said your dream life. Workers work hours and hours hoping to have enough income to do this and to do that, only to find that the prices are constantly rising. Cost of everything's up, quality down. Now this frustration growing between individuals, growing between families, growing between neighbors, growing between sexes, growing between races, creates hatred and bigotry and racism. See, the house It's falling down. And it can't stand divided like this. Now, in some countries, under a democracy, they say you have freedom, freedom to speak, freedom to protest, for redress, for change. But the changes never come. Thus, you have a return of the police that won't follow policy, or the return of the voice of government that has no empathy for those they serve. Now, it is not supposed to be like this. Someone has said that democracy is great, said it was wonderful if the people can keep it. Now, that was my paraphrasing it. But I would also like to add to that, so is heaven. Great, wonderful, but was lost a long time ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my mission, to share a message about the God that loves all humans, good and the bad, has a reward for both. Your pains, your sufferings are the result of submission to a system of corruption in government that produces exactly what every nation has. Protest of violence does not save, it enslaves. It is a tool used by the fake would-be king. It is the lies that has caused fear and the absence of truth whereby one remains a slave. You must hear of the real God, the God that is invisible, that lives within you. You made known by what you do. The answer, my friends, to all of the problems in our society is in you, not in government, because in government, you are not there. You see what they're doing? Just to give you an idea, see what they're doing? Down south, gerrymandering, taking out the voice of some people. You don't count. Over here, they're trying to make sure that a particular group can always win. That don't matter. You don't count. Or they want to make sure they can steal election. That can happen because you don't matter. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, the people spoke. They said impeach one, impeach two. And those that have been set there with the responsibility of holding these crooks to the line, just send them right back out there. What you call that? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to ask you to vote for heaven, to vote for God. I mean, I just shared that information with you so you can make decisions as you see fit. But in this election that's coming up, you got to have a democracy that has been roughed and rugged and really no darn good. But when you compare it to what they are offering you now, it's the sweetest thing you've known. So you better wake up and vote the right way. I want to thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. I did get a chance to say this. I didn't get a chance to get into it, but I said what came to me. Until next time, if there is one, I say good night.